I believe in teaching through modeling. I never ask my students to do something I don't live myself. You see, I have had my share of adversities while I've been teaching, but I never gave up. Growing up, I was a sensitive but passionate child who would watch the news with all the atrocities, and I would say, why, with a tear in my eye. My mother would tell me that I can't change the past, but I can change the future. So I knew early on that I wanted to make a difference in the world we live in. I found that education is one of the best avenues to achieve my life's goal. I am supposed to tell you all that I am and all the things I have achieved as a teacher. So I'll give you a brief synopsis. I am the mother of 4 beautiful children, one of which has autism. I am a grandmother of 4 loving grandchildren, and that in 18 years that I have been teaching, I have taught the grades pre-K, kinder, 3rd, 4th, 5th, special education, and currently I am the GT coordinator, robotics coach, chess coach, and the access teacher who works with high-functioning children who are on the autism spectrum. However, I'm not going to bore you with those details because all of you have held similar positions as well, and it's not what's important to me, nor who I am. I am that teacher who treats every child as if they're my own. I am there for them during their failures and their successes. I help each and every child reach and sometimes surpass their potential. I never give up, and I teach all of my students to never give up because nothing is impossible. After all, the word impossible is spelled I'm possible. We might need to accommodate or modify to make things possible, but together we can accomplish the task before us. I believe in teaching through modeling. I never ask my students to do something I don't live myself. You see, I have had my share of adversities while I've been teaching, but I never gave up. I had gone through chemo last school year and scheduled my treatments on Friday afternoons so I could be there for my students and my colleagues. I lost my ability to walk last summer, but I fought my way back through physical therapy so I could be there for my students as they began a new school year. I showed my students and colleagues that I truly do believe nothing is impossible, and that making a difference in the lives of my students was motivation enough. I have taught a wide variety of students in my career and have been blessed to have made such difference in so many lives. For time's sake, I'll only share 2 brief stories that are very dear to my heart and help to fuel my passion and help me to continue on. My first story is about a high-functioning boy with autism that came to me in 2nd grade. When he first came, he didn't believe in himself. So when things were difficult, he would quit. His quitting consisted of screaming, crying, destroying things, sometimes physically lashing out. After teaching him social skills, expectations, alternative behaviors, and believing in him, he began to improve. I never gave up. I told him he would not be allowed to quit either. It took some time, but by the time he was in 4th grade, he began to show what he was capable of. He tested into the GT program, his bad habits ended, and he began to speak out about what had changed him. By 5th grade, I took him with me to co-present at the Regional Together for Autism Conference right here at Region 19. He was a hit and so excited to hear of other success stories. Each story had one common thread: perseverance. This boy had found his calling. He decided on that day he would travel around the world presenting his story to help others with autism as I had helped him. The next story was quite different. I took in a high school student that I was mentoring through a teaching program in our district called the ACE program. because she thought she wanted to be a teacher. She ended up homeless in the fall of her senior year and was ready to quit high school. She came to me one day and said, I'm sorry, Miss Edwards, but I'm here to say goodbye. I have to quit high school. I have to go get a full-time job. So I wanted to thank you. I took her into my home as my own child and told her she was now part of my family, and we aren't quitters. My only condition to her was to graduate high school and to continue her education. That same student graduated college in less than 4 years, applied for her master's in special education, and she just contacted me a few weeks ago and let me know she's now a special education teacher in Louisiana, and she wanted to thank me for never giving up on her. So you see, no matter what happens Saturday at the awards, I've already won because I've made a difference in the life of a child. I was going to leave you with a quote from Forrest E. Woodcraft, but one of my colleagues already has. You've heard it. But it is what I believe in and what I live. I am Tammy Edwards, Socorro District Elementary Teacher of the Year, and I thank you for the opportunity.